A happy Tuesday afternoon from City Hall. Mayor Alan Weber here, still wearing my mask, just to remind you that we're not out of the woods yet. And I'll talk about that for a minute. We do have a special guest star with us today, Jen LaBar-Tapia of the Santa Fe Film Office. She is the director, and we'll get to film in a minute, and a lot of interesting stuff to talk about with film with Jen. But before we do that, we always start with COVID. And so let me spend one brief minute talking about where we are with COVID. And here we all know there is very good news and there's some reasons to be concerned. Good news, we are leading the league in vaccinations. We're doing a great job with people who are getting medicine in their arms. We are seeing a tremendous uptake with vaccinations across the community. I think Santa Fe County ranks in the top 10 in the United States of America in terms of vaccination rate among our people. That's the good news. The bad news is if you look at the new case data for the last 5 days or so, we've been averaging 13, 14 new cases a day. And that's a reason for concern. It means that we have not yet completely extinguished the risk of COVID-19. And until we get to the point where there are 80 or 85% vaccination rate and we're feeling incredibly confident, please remember, yes, you don't have to wear your face mask, but if you're going out, you're going to a supermarket, you're going to a crowded restaurant, you're going to a fun family event indoors, primarily, you're going to want to be mindful of the need to continue, not just to be careful for yourself, but to be careful for your friends and your family, co-workers, members of the community, people who may not be vaccinated. We don't always know who is or who isn't. So please, please be extra careful. Continue to show respect, to show consideration for everybody. Bring your mask, wear it when you're in tight quarters. If you go into a supermarket or grocery store, a pharmacy, even a hotel where there are people in the lobby, please remember, people are working there for 8 hours a day. They're on shift. They don't know whether you're vaccinated or not, and they've got reasons to be worried if they're going to be exposed. So as they say in track, always run through the tape. Don't stop before we get to the finish line. We're not all the way through COVID. We've made an amazing, amazing community-wide effort to keep people safe, and I think we've outperformed any place in America. But now let's stay the course, get vaccinated. If you have 25 people or more in your neighborhood or your business, your job site, DOH will come to you and vaccinate you on your site. Until that happens, wear a mask, practice social distancing, use hand sanitizers, use good common sense. Let's continue to keep people safe. 14, 15, 16 new cases a day is too many. So stay safe. Remember, we're now vaccinating younger people, young teenagers, 12, 14, 16 years old are eligible. Keep them safe. Keep everybody safe. That's how we make it through COVID. Okay, let's talk about movies. Let's talk about coming out of COVID. Let's talk about the economy and what film and TV and digital entertainment means for Santa Fe and Santa Fe County. And Jen is you're actually technically the commissioner, but we'll call you director of the Santa Fe Film Office. It's a joint city-county effort, and it goes back a number of years. Give us a brief history of the Film Office. Of course, film in northern New Mexico goes back to the beginning, right? There are silent film made in northern New Mexico, but talk about the history of this office and what a difference it makes to our economy, to our kids who want a job in this industry, to folks who want to participate, because it's a really clean and exciting way to add revenue and paychecks to people in Santa Fe.
Exactly. Thank you, Mayor, for having me on today. And hi, everyone. Jen LaBar-Tapia, Santa Fe Film. So yes, as the mayor alluded to, the film industry, it's a very clean industry. It's a very profitable industry. And it's one of those industries that when when you find a niche in your community that works like film does, you got to stick with it. And this was coming up with a lot of uptick in production in about 2016, 2017, around then is when the Santa Fe Film Office became official, because previous to then it was just someone over at City Hall or someone at the county that was trying to handle film permitting on top of their other daily duties, and not having that connection really with the production, but just getting them permitted and making sure that they have kind of what they need when they're here. So now that we have this actual film office, the Santa Fe Film Office, jointly funded by city and county, has brought in about $500 million into the Santa Fe region since our conception. So since 2016, 2017. So it's a big number. And that is money that is brought into our economy and stays here, because the way that our film program is designed in this state is designed to be a benefit for our community, for the people that live here, for our businesses. So it's designed for the draws to bring productions here. They are using our local businesses, using our mom and pop stores. And if it's something that you're interested, anyone that's watching this right now, if you want to get involved with film in any way, maybe you don't want to be in the day-to-day, you don't want to be necessarily on crew or anything at that caliber, you can still be involved. If you have a classic car that you think would be great in one of the production, or you have property, you have a ranch, you have livestock, you have a
You have a
unique
classic
house.
horse. You could have
What's
a
that?
classic horse. You could have a classic horse instead of a classic car.
There you go. You could,
Have it in a
totally totally have a classic horse. But if you have anything, if you even have a talent like let's say you are military, ex-military, current military, and you can consult on a film for, maybe we have a military film here and they need consultants on the actual production, they can hire you and you can consult them on things like where the badges go and how the uniform is worn, to how they talk. And so if you have any of those kind of skills, you're a dog sitter, you're a private yoga instructor, all those things are needed when productions come into town. And there is a place that you can register for that on the state film office website. So if you go to the New Mexico Film Office's website and go to, I believe it's under filmmakers and industry directory. They have a whole industry directory. It's statewide, but it will be a search for Santa Fe. So they'll search when they're in Santa Fe, they need all these goods and services. You want to be in the, be considered for that, they'll find you there on that website. So that's a great thing. And a lot of our locals have taken advantage of that, and productions have used their properties for various productions that have been here. So the economic impact for our community is tremendous of what film brings here.
And it adds a certain level of excitement when films are being made. You see folks a little bit happier. They're getting folks walking in, buying lunch, renting a car, taking a trip, staying at a hotel, hanging out, having a drink at a bar, or just looking around town. I know the Christmas movie that just wrapped up in Santa Fe was a lot of fun, and the regular tweets and Facebook posts, one of the stars of the movie was Santa Fe as a place.
Exactly, Mayor. So that was it was a nice surprise, because this was the Mario Lopez production, his production company produced this. It's for Lifetime Christmas movie. It's called Holiday in Santa Fe. It'll be airing this Christmas. Everyone always asks, well, when's it going to come out? It's Christmas. And Mario was also one of the lead characters in this movie. But when they came out to scout in January, the movie wasn't originally supposed to be here. It was going to be set somewhere else, and they were looking at some other cities to actually film. But when they came out, they absolutely fell in love with our city. They fell in love with everyone they met. Everyone was so nice to them. And they thought, you know what? Santa Fe is where we need to be. And they actually went back and they rewrote the script to make Santa Fe really the star in this Christmas film, because it was just going to kind of be Anywhere USA. somewhere in the Southwest. I can't say anywhere USA, somewhere Southwest USA. But then when they fell in love with Santa Fe, they renamed it Holiday in Santa Fe. They used the Borough Alley. They used all of our local businesses. They didn't change names. So it's going to be fun to see it on the screen this Christmas. And yeah, Mario, when he was here, he has a huge social media presence. And he was on his Instagram, Twitter, and everything every day. And he was even filming Access Hollywood from Santa Fe. For 2 weeks, he was hosting Access Hollywood. He would open up the show and close the show from beautiful Santa Fe, New Mexico. And that's another economic impact that Santa Fe gets from productions, is that's marketing, that's free advertising for Santa Fe. So
absolutely. Yeah. We'll take it. So what in the world you live in, this fancy highfalutin movie star world where you get to hobnob with Mario Lopez and others, there's a thing called a sizzle reel. What is a sizzle reel?
So a sizzle reel is a fancy title for like a promotional video. So basically a sizzle reel in film world, it gives you the highlights. When you see trailers even, like for any of our streaming services, I know Peacock's real popular right now. They're doing a lot of marketing on TV. So when you see a bunch of flashing images that Peacock is showing, that's a sizzle reel, or Netflix or Amazon, any of those. And we
So
have one if you want to see it.
Yeah, you have a sizzle reel for the film office. Joe, can you roll the video, Joe? Go to the tape. See if it works.
What living thing could be out in such a storm? You know the story. But people can't get enough of them. Because, well, they connect the stories to themselves, I suppose. And we all love hearing about ourselves. So long as the people in the stories are us, but not us.
Bravo, bravo. Who wouldn't want to make a movie here?
Right? Do you see that? It's like, I've got to go to Santa Fe.
That's great. So we got about 5 more minutes. Tell us a few more things about filmmaking in Santa Fe. What can you tell us is going on right now? How booked up are we? How busy are we? And if you can hint at any coming attractions, as we come out of COVID, are we going to see more production, more film, TV series coming to Santa Fe? And again, you gave people a clue if they wanted to get involved, if they've got a classic car. We did see some classic horses, I will point out, in that sizzle reel. And maybe a house somebody could use as a location, or a business where your office, your store, your shop becomes a locale for some kind of shooting. So what's going on that you can tell us. I know you're signed to non-disclosure, so you can't mention any names of famous people, maybe. But what you know, you got the inside scoop. How busy are we, and what's coming? Is there going to be a big rebound in movie making in Santa Fe come this summer and fall? We want to know.
Well, I can answer most of that for you, Mayor. So yeah, we have been on track to have a record-breaking year this year. So as everyone knows, with COVID and things shutting down last year, even though productions were shut down in the state and pretty much everywhere, the calls were still happening. So I was on the phone more than ever during COVID, just with productions that were either, okay, now they've got the time, they're really focusing on this production, they want to bring it to Santa Fe when COVID's over, or I would get the calls that, well, currently we were going to be out of the country and now we want to be closer to home. So now we're looking at Santa Fe. So those are the kinds of calls we would be getting, people either relocating or they're bumping up their project because now they have the time to really focus on it. They're not out on set somewhere else. Maybe it was a project that was earmarked to be in 2 or 3 years. So with COVID, the film office was still busy. We just weren't seeing them actually here. But then the mayor deemed film and media as an essential business back in the fall. So that opened it up for productions to come out with very heavy strict COVID practices. So everyone who was filming here had very strict guidelines they had to follow while here. So we had success with that. So we had, you can kind of say, like a soft opening where we did have some productions coming back or starting up. Roswell, that's one of our big series that's being filmed here. They just wrapped season 3 a few weeks ago, and they're gearing up to start up season 4 pretty quickly. So they got picked up for season 4, and I think they're going to be starting this summer. I'm thinking in June is the last date I heard. So they have that crew has a pretty quick turnaround time. Not much vacation time for them. So we love Roswell being here. So all you Roswell fans, yes, that's filmed in Santa Fe. We also have some that are actually out right now that are streaming, some productions that were filmed here, like Them on Amazon. So Them, if you watch it, it's set in Compton, California, but they filmed most of it here. So, and it's kind of I started watching it a few weeks ago. It's a good one. So I'll just leave it at that. So that's a good one. We had News of the World here that was just up for some Academy Awards, and Tom Hanks was here actually twice in I guess it was 2019 that Tom Hanks was here for 2 different productions. And like we were alluding to earlier, he loves Santa Fe, loved being out in the community, loved talking to people. Some of you may have seen the clip when he was singing happy birthday to someone down in Albuquerque when it was her birthday and they were at a steakhouse. So that's the nice thing. We realize with the film office that it's, the circus does come into town, we so to speak, that you come in and it could be a little disruptive, but I do want to personally thank our community and thank all of our businesses and all of our residents here, that if you do run into any production and we understand that it can be a little bit of a disturbance. We try to get in and out. And, if ever you do have any ideas, any issues or anything, to always feel free and call me, because I'm here to serve our community and just to help make this a huge success for Santa Fe. In terms of, any spoilers and where we're at right now, I would love to show you my production board right behind me. I've got 35 productions on my production board right now, and that is productions that are either here, coming here, or scheduled to be here in 2022. So I'm already booked, Santa Fe's already booked through 2022 with productions that are looking at coming here or already committed to being here. We have 5 Western ranches in the Santa Fe region, and all the Western ranches are in Santa Fe. So that's a big draw for Westerns. We also double as the Middle East. We double as Wyoming, Montana, California. We can double pretty much anything but a big city. We just can't double as a big city. We can't do that.
And we don't want
And we
to.
don't want to. They can go
And
to another big city.
Before we say goodbye, I should also mention we've got a heck of a film community here. We've got actors, writers, producers, directors, people who do finance, people who are, Academy Award winners, people who are producers of amazing documentaries. We're not exactly off the radar screen when it comes to a talent pool. It's not like everybody who shows up here from Hollywood is brand new. We've got an amazing group of folks who are artists of their own skill set, whether it's in the writing or the acting or the producing or the directing or the finance, you name it, all of the parts of value add, the people who are above the line, below the line, that's what makes Santa Fe an amazing place. It is a community with remarkable skills and a deep, deep commitment to art and culture and performance. So it would be natural for anybody to want to be here and make a movie or participate.
You're correct. And I just got a call last week. I met with a couple that were with 2 major studios out on the West, and they relocated to Santa Fe, and they want to make their mark here, and they want to live here and bring productions here. And that's a pretty common story. So Santa Fe's doing something right. So we're happy about that.
All right, Jen. So I'm not going to pry any secrets out of you about people we're going to see in the summer or the fall. Names that you could drop, but you won't. I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
I get in trouble
We'll
for
get
that.
you back. We'll get you back for another episode. But until you come back, any last words about what film and TV and digital media means to our community? What do you see for the next year and a half? What's the future hold?
Well, I can say that with our community being so behind this industry, it gets out there in the industry. So when people talk, when those decision makers are talking, they're like, go to Santa Fe, go to northern New Mexico, go to New Mexico. They're wonderful out there. And so it just brings more of a draw. When they come out here, they bring their families here. It's great for our tourism. It's great for our local economy. We are booked out through 2022, so our outlook's looking really good. And, with the film office, we also handle photo shoots. We also handle gaming. I've had some of the gamers out here designing their video games here too. So it's not just, and the independent filmmakers, we love our independent filmmakers, come out, and the film office is here to help in any way. And thank you to the mayor. Thank you to our city councilors. Thank you to all of our residents, and also to the county and our county commissioners and our county manager as well. Everyone that supported this from the top down, and I just am thankful to be in this position to help our community any way I can. And please reach out, anyone watching this, reach out if you have ideas or concerns or anything.
Thanks, Jen. I guess we should probably have credits at the end of this conversation, but we've got the sizzle reel. We don't have the credits or the outtakes, but thanks for being with us today. It is an important part of our community. It's something that, again, sets Santa Fe aside. We're a place where art and culture is right at home, and people want to be a part of it. And you make it happen, and it's part of the economy. It adds money, it adds revenue, it adds paycheck. It also adds to a sense of the city different. And so grateful for all you do. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Mayor.
We'll see you again.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening, watching. Remember, COVID is still with us. Wear your mask, stay safe. If you know somebody who hasn't been vaccinated, urge them to do it. It's safe, it's effective. And we will have Dr. Wendy Johnson back with us on Friday to talk about where these increased cases are coming from and what we can do to keep from seeing another outbreak. So until I see you next Friday, stay safe, stay well, stay healthy, take care of yourself and your family and the community. All together, we will take care of Santa Fe, the city we love. I will see you Friday. Thanks, Jen. Bye, everybody.